Hi guys, welcome to another episode of
Soul Filling,
where you get your soul fed. And today we are talking about consistency. Lord Neil knows I need this in my life. Like,
right?
Me too.
Like
we can
right
all
now.
use it in our lives.
Like, I keep telling myself I'm gonna eat right, and then
You at the burger joint.
I end up at the burger joint, and then it's like I eat right for that one day. and
Right.
then, Yeah, I just fall off.
Man, I mean, it just makes me so sad because, like, consistency, we'll go into this later, but, like, I know for a fact that a lot of people give up before it's time because they lack consistency, or a lot of people are just not consistent, and that's why they never reach their goals, including me. Sometimes I don't reach my goals because I know for a fact it's because I'm not being consistent. But we're going to show you guys how to combat that right now.
Right now.
So, consistency, guys. Do y'all have a certain definition for that?
It's just the unwavering grind,
Yes.
the non-stop, never giving up, knowing that there's no such thing as failure, and just persevering on.
It's those little bitty things that you do every day. Just keep that persistence. That just doing something that's gonna get you closer to your goal each and every day.
Exactly.
You know how I feel consistency is, and I never looked at it like this until I started researching for this podcast, is consistency should be normal. It should be habit. And a lot of times,
Exactly.
since it's not habit, that's why we fall off of that consistency. The consistency-ness. So, if y'all could drop below, we're about to share with you some tips on how to be more consistent to get y'all to y'all's goals. And if y'all have some consistency tricks or tips, leave them in the comments below, or let us know what you need to be more consistent with.
Yes, because we're gonna hold you accountable. Like we gotta
Right.
challenge each other
Exactly.
to hit those goals.
Right. Should we talk about the challenge now?
We should. Let's go ahead and do that.
Okay, so like she said, we want you guys to be held accountable as ourselves. So we are hosting a challenge for 21 days because it takes 21 days to create a habit on being
Exactly.
consistent. And you're going to choose one thing only that you want to be consistent
And
on.
tell them why they're going to choose only one thing.
Well, we're gonna go through this again, but being consistent with only one thing is because a lot of times we say we're gonna do this, that, and the other. I want to eat healthy. I want to go work out. I want to take care of my hair. I want to
Right.
have good skin, and like I'm gonna be consistent with all those things. And a lot of times we put too much on our plate. So pick one thing that you really want to reach. What goal do you really want to reach? And make sure
Exactly.
that despite everything else, despite any of your goals, make sure you're doing that one thing, because first you have to master that and move on to the next. Not saying that you can't try to do all of the rest of the things, but make sure you have a priority.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's good.
So
That's great.
let us know, what are you going to be consistent with for these 21 days? Share, y'all. Do y'all know what y'all going to be consistent with yet? What's on the top of y'all list?
Let me get some brainstorming, because I'm still at that stage. I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to
Right.
do that. So
There's
I
so
need
much I
to
wanna
narrow
do.
it down to the one, just one, not two.
One that is going to be your priority. When you over there about to be falling asleep, what's that? Are you going to make sure you exercise, or are you going to make sure you write that blog post? Like, what is that one thing that you like, this has to be done?
Right.
So, if y'all just tuning in, you're here at the Soul Filling Podcast, and we're talking about how to be consistent. We're challenging you guys to 21 days of being consistent with one thing. And I already know what mine is.
What's yours?
Oh Lord, it's long overdue. It's YouTube. God, I don't know why it's so hard for me to be consistent and be like one video here, one video there, and 2 videos in 1 week, and then I just need to be consistent. Because I have seen it work so good. I've seen a person post every single day. I saw him at 40,000. Next thing I know, I'm doing a workout with him, and he's at 160,000
Wow.
subscribers. And so
Wow.
that dedication, that consistency,
Right.
and I've seen so many people's life change from being consistent. And I'm just like, that could be me, but you ain't consistent. Like you ain't giving the content that's needed. So that is my one thing. Regardless, look, I might add on some weight. That's not gonna happen. But before I go to sleep, some videos gonna be popped up every week. So tune in.
Okay.
So y'all think about y'all's, because at the end, I want to know what y'all gonna do. We gotta
hold each other accountable for sure. I love it.
You have to.
So I'm gonna be pondering over here throughout the podcast to figure out something that there's so many things to choose from. But as the podcast go, I'm gonna think of something.
Okay, great. Anyways, so here are some tips about how to be consistent. And one is keeping your eye on your why. And I actually stole this from Marie Forleo because I want to be like, hey, I heard this before. But this is my fairy god business mother, and she just has a great site where she gives you all this business information. But it was about how to be consistent. So she said, keep your eye on your why.
Exactly.
And so do y'all want to explain to them why this is so important?
You want to go for it, or?
You got it.
Okay. So keeping your eye on your why, or in other words, we've also heard the term keeping your eye on the prize. So when you lock in, hone in that tunnel vision, it's like all the outside distractions won't have as great a pull on you as they would if you woke up and you were like, every day I don't want to be in this predicament, because everybody's circumstances will be different what their why is. So you think about that, and every time you feel lack of motivation, you think you're too sleepy, you think you're too tired, I've been at work all day, or I've been doing this, I've been with the kids since this time, so you I'm just exhausted, I want to rest. But the moment you okay, you say you want to change the circumstance, you say you want to be here in 5 months, but if you can't just, when the 5-month mark comes, you're not just going to be there. It's gonna boil down to the work you put in up until that 5-month period. So every time you just ponder on that why, you'll get that motivation you need, the just energy out of nowhere that you need to actually do the thing that you say you want to do.
Right.
So.
And I want to put it like this, and basically this is what she said. Actually, I'm just doing out of words, just keep it real. But she says basically if you have a goal to buy a house, that's gonna make you budget. So you have a house, you're wanting to buy a house, and you want to put a down deposit of $20,000. Okay, you have your why, your house. Exactly. You have your price, your house. So you know that you're gonna save this much in this amount of time because you have a reason why. So you kind of want to think about what your why is that price, that house, is being successful entrepreneur. Is that your why? You have to keep going back to that and take the procedures and the precautions to make that happen. And be consistent, right?
Exactly.
So that's by keeping your eye on the why and the price.
Yes.
It'll motivate you.
It's
to
a
keep
motivation.
Going. Yeah, because when you don't feel like it, when you want to spend that money when something else, you're gonna be like, okay, wait, no, this is the goal. I'm gonna save this. I'm not gonna touch it.
And I love that you said that, because I was actually listening to a sermon, and it was saying there's temptation for everything, but there's also a way to get out. So so I was at the gas station, and I was on a road trip, and I was like, you know what, I really deserve some puffy hot Cheetos. I was like, I really deserve this. But I just, in my back of my mind, I was like, dang, you don't need to be eating that, you're gonna get addicted. You read I read the ingredients, so I was like, Lord knows I can't do this. And it came up in my mind again. It was there is a way out of all temptation. There is a way, you just have to look for it. And when you know that, and you have a why, you just I know I'm trying to get that body. Let me move around, get this apple, or let me just get some water and be on my way. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So know that and think about that.
That's so true that you said that. And a lot of times the things that we want, that are distractions, they're only a temporary fix. After a while, after we eat those Cheetos or cheeseburger or whatever it is, we're gonna be like, dang, now I feel bad, I got the itis, that it wasn't even worth it after it's all said and done. After I spend that money on whatever, I went out that night and I knew I needed to study, or I went out that night knowing I needed to wake up early to be on my grind because I got to do this, and it's now you tired throughout the day and you can't even give all your energy to whatever it is that you truly want to give your energy to. So it's we literally have to, what I usually do, I give myself 8 minutes, because my favorite number is 8 or whatever. So as I'm wanting to be tempted into doing something, I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna just wait for 8 minutes. I'll be stand in a circle, and if I still want it after 8 minutes, then I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna just cheat for today. But then most of the times, by the time that 8 minutes, I'll go 1,000 thoughts will go in and out of my mind, and I'm just I don't even really eat it. And like you said, just drink some water or do something just to distract yourself, and then you'll find yourself not even truly even wanting the thing that it's going to lead to unfulfillment.
Right. And I think it's best, like, I know I'm kind of going off topic, but when that temptation leads up or anything, like, okay, say your goal is to have a hot body, right? But I think you should schedule out your temptations. So, like, you know you're going to go to Sprinkles and get you a cupcake on this day, like, but you know those off the rips, it's those off the rips temptations that really be getting you, messing you up. Like, you know you're supposed to do this, but you say like, oh, maybe I should sleep, or maybe I should do this instead. You need to plan your interruptions, basically, because then it's not an interruption.
Right. And I remember I was watching this one Breakfast Club interview with Sierra on there, and she actually said you need to have cheat days, because nobody just goes through life on this black and white diet of eating only salads with no dressing and drinking water all of it. She's like, that would drive you insane. She was like, actually have a cheat day. And I like how even Deborah said, she's like a dog, when a dog do something good, you give them a treat. So like, if you've been doing good on your grind, on eating your healthy meals and meal prepping all week, or just reading every morning like you said you was gonna do, give yourself a treat to watch a TV episode or 2 or 10 or whatever.
If you want to binge watch or
right.
Yeah.
So treat yourself as well. It's all about balance, but moderation. Don't, if you know you can't treat yourself and you just gonna go far left off the grid, then you might not want. It's all about balance. It's all about balance.
It really is. Life is about balance. So I think it's like a 80-20 rule, just like working out and eating right is.
It is.
So it's like 80% of what you need to do.
Yeah.
But just give us one moment. We're having a little technical difficulties.
Okay, we in.
I want to see what the comments are.
Yes, Jameson said those Cheetos or hot puffs, whatever.
Yes.
Those are horrible for you.
I know.
And hey, Cousin Frank, he's tuning in.
And we
Hey. Okay, so the second tip is pick your battle. And basically that just, and you hear that I said battle, not battles. Pick your battle. What is that one thing that you want more than anything? And use that to be what you're consistent with. Because like I was saying earlier, it's hard for you to do everything consistent.
Exactly.
Like, I would love to work out every day. I would love to eat right every day. I would love to read every day. I would love to do a gazillion things every day. And it's really so hard to do.
That's
so
true.
pick that one thing that you can stick to, or one thing that's so important to you that the rest could just stay at bay for now until you make that a habit.
Exactly.
Work on that
Right.
one thing.
Exactly.
I like that.
Yeah, and it's like I forget, but it's pretty much like you have to master one thing before you can move on to the next thing. It's just like we all play basketball. First, when you learn how to play basketball, everybody learns how to do a layup, a simple layup, and then you go off to learn how to you'll just dribble up and down the court, and then you'll learn how to do a crossover, then you learn how to go between legs, and then you're just doing everything all crazy. But it's like you have to start baby steps until you can build and be able to do and add more things on your plate. So it's like a baby don't just come out the womb sprinting. They crawl first, and then they learn how to stand up, and then they walk, and then they run.
Right. So pick, what is that one thing? Leave it in the comments below. What is that one thing that you want to be consistent with? These girls are thinking about it right now. We need that one thing, and you need people to hold you accountable for it too.
That's true.
Any other life lessons on that one tip? I think like that's really gonna help a lot.
It is.
Cause even in like business, you know, we have a lot going on. It's like, what is that one thing Inspire Fire needs to hone in on and make sure, regardless of anything else, that this is consistent. I mean, the podcast has been, but you know,
but yeah,
now it's become habit.
Exactly. And like I like how you just said habit, and that's pretty much what we're planning on doing, is just creating a multitude of habits that will ultimately lead you to your goal of attaining success. And I know on Sunday my mentor was telling me that he was saying like the story, you know, how Jesus fasted for 40 days, but then he took it a step further, and it was saying that I forget the exact into details, but it was saying you should do a 90-day fast, because once you get past a certain point, 40 days will create a strong, powerful habit. But once you get to 90, I forget all the exact details, but long story short, there's a 90-degree angle. And y'all know how a right angle is a 90-degree angle. And once you get to the 90-day mark, and I think even like P90X, the workout, so once you get to the 90-day angle, that's when it's like embedded into your DNA, and you have like the 90-degree angle with the consciousness of, also known as God, and like the creator can actually communicate through you directly through whatever your goal or task. It's like, I don't know how to go into elaborate details, but I was just like, well, I never thought of it that way, because he's like super techie, and so he like broke it down to like super details. I was like, I never thought of it that way, and it was just like really deep. But yeah,
I like that you said that, because they're actually saying this, like 21 days, even though that's what we're doing, 21 days is not enough if you keep messing up. So it's 21 days of consistency, like we said. So eating healthy every single day, if that's your goal, or 5 days a week. But if you mess up, those 21 days start over. And they were actually saying like 66 days is actually like the best way to actually form a real habit. But why not go 90 days? I mean, I just feel like the more you do it, and the more you do it consistently without, messing up, is better. I mean, if you mess up, I really feel like you should. Okay, 21 days, start it over again. Let's go.
I feel like don't wait till that next Monday, or like just fall off and just like this snowball effect. Just say, okay, no, I'm starting fresh tomorrow.
Yes.
Like, fight. It is worth it, guys. And it's all about the power of repetition. In this book that I've been reading, it's like they keep repeating the same thing in different ways just so it can get embedded in you. So when you're being consistent, you're just constantly, repeatedly doing the same thing so it can be accurate.
I love that. We're going to talk about more about that later. But the next tip is schedule it. So there was this really cute quote. It says, don't prioritize your schedule your priorities. And Marie Forleo was basically saying that her main priority was the Marie Forleo show. And so her whole team scheduled their year around the Marie Forleo show. Instead of saying, let me just put this on the top of the list. No, it's like you actually have to schedule your life around your main goal.
That's true. I like that.
So instead of saying, okay, we're scheduling Tuesdays are strictly for Soul Filling Podcast, or Mondays are strictly for meetings, or Wednesdays are strictly for Bible study. You are making sure that despite anything, what's most important to you is the main priority, and you schedule your life around that, because that's your goal.
Exactly.
That's good. I like that. I mean, because how many times we say, okay, I'm going to work out for an hour every day. And then, stuff happens. You may get caught up. You may stay late at work. Right. You may wake up, be up all night and stay up, late. Right. And then you tired the next day. But if you say, okay, you know what, I'm going to wake up early, wake up at 5 a.m. and work out for 30 minutes, and may schedule it. Yes. Then okay, I'm going to do it at this time, and I'm going to get my workout in.
Despite, like, Mommy, I can't go there. I got my 5 a.m. workout.
Yes. Right. So, exactly. And I know it kind of intertwines into, like, college. A lot of you that finished college, we all finished college. When we were in college, our main priority was finishing. So we wasn't saying, like, if I do this, I'm going to go and take, I don't know, whatever it is off the chart that didn't even have anything to do with school. I'll be in class after I finish doing. No, you were waking up and you were going to class. It wasn't like, I'm going to do class. I'm going to put class on the back burner. I need to go to this party tonight because, some nights you did do that, but it was, even those were scheduled in, like, okay, I'm probably going to party on Thursday through Sunday.
Right.
But I didn't party like that. But I'm just saying, your main priority, I was looking at, like, in a bigger picture instead of breaking it down into a smaller one. But yeah, we definitely gotta prioritize.
And I love that. I love that you said that, because that's the same thing with work and school. You are, which is crazy, because like you are basically, you can't say you're not going to work on this time. Like they make it a priority, and that is your life. So it's like for those entrepreneurs that want to be full-time entrepreneurs, it's like so imperative that you are focusing on your goal and making that entrepreneurship a priority and scheduling your life around making that reaching that goal is so imperative, or
Exactly.
else you're gonna be stuck somewhere that you don't like. And that's with anything. It's gonna with your body weight goals, it's gonna be with your hair, that's gonna be with your relationship. So it's just like schedule your priorities around your life. And I mean, because that's ultimately shaping your life
Exactly.
the way you want it to be, creating your life.
Right.
So I just suggest, like, if it's something like a podcast, or if it's something like working out, schedule it. Say every Monday at 5 a.m. I'm going to work out. Every Sunday I'm meal prepping at this time. Like, write it out and make sure it's happening, because you just like, or even if you don't hit the time, you make time later on, but try to make it a habit that every Sunday at 7 p.m. I'm meal prepping. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's so true.
So make it a priority.
Right. Because some things,
Schedule it.
just real quick, like you were saying, some things are we've adapted into our life, aka jobs, and those are our priorities. Like, it's just, you need money, you need to pay the bill, you have these responsibilities.
You
so
don't need to brush your teeth.
Right. So therefore you turn this into your priority. So what are some things that you've been talking about? You've been like, hey, I want to pursue this dream, pursue this goal. Put that on the top of your priority list, and then
Schedule it.
Schedule that on the top, and stop putting it at the very, very bottom, or not even on there at all. And see and watch what would happen with this 20/90/60 day challenge that we're about to do.
Oh my God, you're gonna love it so much. But I seen a comment on the YouTube, and it's basically said, if it's not scheduled, it's stressful. So have you ever feel like you feel so much better when you just write down your to-do list, or
Yes,
when you
absolutely.
just know? So that's even taking stress off of you if you're scheduling it. Because if you're not scheduling it, you're like, dang, I'm supposed to put down this YouTube video sometime this week.
Yeah.
But
Sometime.
now it's 2 weeks in, or dang, I'm supposed to work out. I don't actually know when. I just told myself I was going to work out.
Right.
But it's been a month.
Right, you talking about you trying to lose weight for your birthday, then your birthday is tomorrow. You're supposed to start way back then, which if you would have scheduled it.
Because you're so much less stressed. I know I be stressed like, I don't really know when I'm actually doing this. I just know I need to do it. But when you're like, okay, I'm going to do this day, do this that day, do this day, it's like, oh, okay, I feel so much better. So that's even something that helps you out. Just gonna
Exactly.
relieve the stress. You ain't gotta worry about it. You just know, if I ain't in, I'm getting this workout in, getting this leg day, getting this booty
Booty on
popping. So, or whatever you want to. But
Yes.
y'all have anything else to say about that?
No, you pretty much covered everything. When I find myself writing things down, it actually manifests.
Yes.
It's just as simple as that. It's not as stressful. You're not finding yourself like looking at the schedule like, dang, I forgot to call this person. I scheduled a conference call and look, I missed the call. If you write it down, put it on your schedule, you'll make sure it gets done. And like, you have to be willing to tell those people, no, I can't do this because I have this scheduled.
And that's your priority.
And yes, it's your priority. If your child was at school, you wouldn't say, oh, I'll be there tomorrow to pick you up because I got to do this. No, so you put whatever it is on your list, make it a priority, and it needs to be just as important as if you were picking your child up from school.
Yeah. So if you're just tuning in, this is the Soul Filling Podcast by Inspire Fire, and today's topic is consistency. So we're gonna dive into some more tips on how to make it easier for you to be consistent.
Yes.
Another one is, I really like this one, because I need it. It says, ignore your feelings. And what it means by that is, when you up late, you writing a paper back in college days, and you're like, I'll just write it tomorrow. Let me just get this. Let me just wake up and I'll write tomorrow before my 8 a.m. class. I mean, sometimes that works, but you want to ignore your feelings, or like, I'm tired. Maybe I'll just edit this video tomorrow. Or there's so many tomorrows. It's like, no, you need to stick to your schedule and do it today.
Exactly.
Ignore your feelings.
Right. Or in another sense, feelings, you could get angry about something. Someone can make you just pissed off, or something can make you really sad. You could have a breakup. Anything can happen that can cause your feelings to just be imbalanced and you're not in the mood. So you have to abstract those feelings, come back and think logically, not emotionally, and like, okay, I know I'm sad right now, I know I'm angry right now, I know I'm tired right now, but if I don't get this done at this deadline, then this is not going to come to pass like I say I want it as bad as I do.
Right.
And so, and I know, oftentimes in our journey, we're all humans. Everyone is dealing with some type of emotion. So we're not the only one feeling these things, although in our worlds it feel like it's the end of the world. But we gotta center ourselves, ground ourselves, get back to thinking logically instead of emotionally, and say, okay, I know I'm feeling this way. Give yourself 10 minutes to cry. Give yourself 5 minutes to take a walk, be mad, whatever you need to do to just get yourself back into the game and like, okay, I know this needs to be done. Let's get it done.
Wow, you know what actually reminds me of, I don't know his name, the basketball player who's
sister. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Isaiah, like when you're that passionate about it, he played that game like knowing his sister passed away, and he still got out there and played for his team.
Wow, he did that.
He did that. I was like, wow, that's crazy.
That takes.
And he was crying on the bench. You know, he was everything but priorities. He probably played for her.
Exactly.
So it's like, take that pain or take that, you know, sometimes and use it.
It's fuel to motivate your fire. Like, what would they want you to do? They want you to probably play your heart out.
Right. Or you, if someone broke up with you, like, oh, okay, you breaking. Okay, I'm about to get on my
You're gonna wish you had me back. Right. Let me show you what you missed out on. Exactly. Since you want to be breaking up with me. Okay, your loss. Let me get on this grind.
Honestly, I think that's one of the best things. Right? Like, if you like go through something when you hit your lowest point, it's like that's like the biggest motivator. Right. Like, okay, I gotta come back from this, so this is my breakthrough.
Exactly. And that's so great that you said that, because a lot of the greatest people of that has the highest accomplishments, they come from their lowest points. And also, to say that on the flip side, you can either come and build and become stronger from your lowest points, or you can let it consume you and you can never come past. I mean, some people are not mentally strong enough where they're able to surpass that, which, you know, that doesn't have to be you. And if that is you, know that you don't have to be stuck in a rut for the rest of your life.
Take that time, but...
Right, you can bounce back.
My pastor always says the sun always, you know, you have that darkness, but the sun always rises in the morning. You have to.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I totally agree with all that. I'm sorry, I looked at a picture with Jeffrey. I was like, I had something to say too. But yeah, ignore your feelings and just keep going. Keep going. Okay, I like this one too. This is actually the last tip, but we're probably going to talk about some more. But this last tip from Marie Forleo, it says catch that wagon. You kind of touched on this earlier, because she said, okay, we're all human. We all fall off sometimes. But you said, like, instead of waiting for, I'll start back on Monday when it is Monday, start back the next day, because if not, it was saying catch that wagon. If you don't hop back on real quick, let's go. That wagon's going to be long gone.
Yeah.
Right.
So you want to catch on as soon as possible. So consistency, even though you may fall off sometimes, you got to hop right back on, like, okay, I messed up, let's go. Exactly. If not, you could go months, years, days. No, it's got to be, it's time. It's game time. I messed up. Soon as, or it could be long gone. So exactly.
That's so true.
So whatever, do that. Here's a little quotable. It says, success doesn't come from what you do occasionally. It comes from what you do consistently. So, okay, it's cool that you making your threes every now and then in the game. But if you're doing consistently, you Steph Curry.
Steph Curry with it. They gonna be, actually, you better than Steph Curry. They gonna be Steph Curry who?
Yeah.
Okay. It's you in the game.
If your hair popping sometimes, i.e. me sometimes, but you looking like silly every other day. It's like, how can you call yourself a hair guru if that's what you want to be called? You know what I'm saying? So it's just consistently, you have to be great. It's like, I thought about it like this. So if someone puts out a viral video, get 50 million hits, and now they popping. If they don't continue to put out content, that's just gonna be that one hit wonder, and then nobody's gonna think about you ever. So if you do get on and you do get popping, you have to be consistent to keep that audience.
Exactly.
So be consistent. It really doesn't come from, you can't be a one hit wonder. We have so many of those, and you think that they're gonna last forever, but it doesn't. You have to be consistent and continually putting out great content or whatever you want to do.
Exactly.
And that reminds me of this thing, this article I was reading on LinkedIn about the consistency versus accuracy. And if you're not accurate, like the article's about gunshots, and the guy was saying if you're not accurate and you're not consistent, then you're basically just kind of all over the place. All your shots are just scattered around, right? But if you're consistent and you're accurate, then you're kind of in the middle. If you're accurate but not consistent, then maybe you're like, all your shots are together, but they're a little off. So you want to just work on, yes, and kind of just going back to that basketball analogy. If you are working on your form and shooting your shot, shooting with the same form each and every time, then it becomes a habit, and okay, man, that's off because my elbow was out of, so I'm consistent with my shot, I'm consistent with my form, and then I'm accurate.
I love that you say that, because like thinking of it in a business aspect, I like how you said, like, you're off there. If you're consistent, you get to figure out what's off there, what works and what doesn't work. So, this move wasn't good, but I know to shift gears this way.
Yes, exactly. So know exactly what you need to work on to get to that back on point or back on track.
Right. Even with working in relationships, I'm no expert, but like I'm feeling like if you are consistently trying to work on pleasing your husband, boyfriend, your partner, or making sure that y'all relationship grows, some things aren't going to work, some things aren't, but if you're consistently working at it, you see what does and what doesn't, you keep getting better and better from there, making you have a beautiful, lasting relationship.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, and Jameson says, what happens if I miss my window? And I'm assuming your window of opportunity? Is that what it is?
Well, when I think about if you ever miss your window, I feel like you're not missing your window. Like you were supposed to miss your window for some reason, and that window is going to come again.
It's like you said at the beginning, it's always an opportunity for you to get back on track.
Right.
It's always going to be something, a way for you to get back on to the right path.
Exactly. There are no such things as losses. There's only a such thing as a lesson learned, and then you'll eventually attract even greater than that window could probably ever been. Most of the time when people become successful, they often say, my life is amazing, I've accomplished more than I even imagined. And it's like we have this picture in our mind what it should be, but it's something out there way more even greater than what we ever could have thought it could have possibly been.
I want to take it a step further. Two things. So being consistent, like you were saying earlier, it could help you shift, like the basketball. And that same thing, like in personalities and like trying to just be a better person overall, like consistently trying to better yourself. That means you're open to learning and things of that nature. So I want to just touch on the topic of consistently being you. I was watching an interview with Charlamagne the God. He has a new book out called Black Privilege. And if y'all don't know, Charlamagne the God is a host on the Breakfast Club. And before that, he had various radio jobs. And he actually got fired 4 times in radio. Oh, wow. And the last time he got fired, I think it was like with Wendy Williams. And he went back to South Carolina, was on unemployment. And his sister told him basically like, look, you missed up all these opportunities. Like, you're just sitting at home with your mom and blah, blah, blah. And he was like, well, this is temporary for me. It's permanent for you. But anyways, but
that's
someone,
something he would say.
Right. Someone else spoke life into him and was like, this isn't the end. Basically, and from there, the next gig that he got was actually the Breakfast Club.
Wow.
So when you, like you were saying earlier, when you're down at your lowest point, you feel like, being on the show with working with Wendy Williams the queen of radio, and you get fired from there, you feel like you can't get no recommendations. You feel like you missed your opportunity. I messed up. But by him being consistently him and keep working and not giving up and not falling off the wagon, even though he had people in there trying to tell him otherwise, he wants to prove them wrong. And then he had positive people over there saying, don't give up. Being consistently him, now he's on the Breakfast Club making a change and a difference in the Black community. So it's just like, is it a missed opportunity, or what is it just a lesson learned, like she was saying? Maybe that's what you need to get to the next level.
Right. And I think it's all about perception.
Yeah.
Yeah, however you perceive it to be. It can be a missed opportunity if you allow it. You can say, oh, dang, I missed that opportunity. Now I'm just going to throw in the towel and sit back and let my life take its course and just drift through, in and out, and going all over the place. Or you can get on your horse and be like, okay, that was a lesson learned, and surround yourself by people that speak life into you and say, no, man, this is you. Continue to do you. Stay on your grind. I know you're going to make it. And then you'll attract just that. And then now look at him. He's Charlemagne the God, and we about to be Inspired 5.
Right.
We already Inspired 5. So.
Exactly. And I don't know. I don't know why I'm inspired by him.
It's frozen on her end.
But it really touched me because he's been fired a lot and things of that nature, but he stayed true to himself and he kept working, but at the same time he's open to learning. So I'm sure in being fired that many times he's learned what to do and what not to do, but still at the same time staying true to himself.
Staying true to yourself.
So consistently shaping yourself to be the best version of yourself is something I think is always popping. But another thing I wanted to touch on is triggers. So I know a lot of things why I keep going, why Inspired Fire keeps going, why, like, for those out there who have wild dreams and you just don't even know how you're gonna make it, you don't know how, you have something, you want to be something, but you don't know how it's gonna happen. I feel like that's where I am right now. But it's just like, you have to stay motivated, and this is something I want to bring up is I have a lot of triggers that keeps me motivated. Just like if you're working out.
Right. Those triggers are so important.
Yeah, I remember you telling me one time you should run without music first, and then when you get tired, then turn on the music, because that's the trigger that keeps you going. Right. So what triggers are around you to keep you consistent? Are they your friends, or is it music? Is it Beyonce playing in your headphones? Is it listening to The Breakfast Club or Marie Forleo keeping you motivated, reminding you of your greatness? Is it going to church? What is it? You need to figure out what those triggers are, so when you are about to crash, when you are about to say, I'm just going to sleep, look at someone else and be like, okay, that's my trigger, let me use it.
That's right. And that's great that you said that, because he asked, how do I keep my confidence high during the lows? So that's good. Those triggers.
Wow, she answered it. How you doing? That's so
she owned it.
She owned it. Okay, let's find out you psychic. You didn't tell nobody.
But yeah, that's true. Confidence, and I've struggled with that actually recently. Just actually like yesterday, to be honest.
No, I struggle with it as well.
Right.
Just being authentic.
Because it's like, you need those people around to bring you up. You need yourself to bring you up. You need yourself to encourage and speak life into you. And like, just because system knowledge I know about speaking life into me is like, once I feel a certain way, like I look weird today, like, my face, like sometimes my body, sometimes we just attack ourselves.
That's true.
So much,
so
but
true.
You have to combat it with the knowledge like you have to remind yourself, like, if I'm speaking this into myself, I'm speaking life to it, so I have to really hurry up and combat it. Like, no, I am beautiful. I am confident. No,
affirmations.
Those affirmations. And it's so important.
So true.
Because you're speaking that into your life.
No, that's absolutely true. Whatever, and the triggers. What was his question?
How do you keep your confidence high during the lows?
So yes, and I was going to that just like last week. I was just pondering on myself, like, I should be here in life. I should have this much money in life. I was just going like feeling really bad. I don't know what was going on. Then I just had to literally stop. And what I did, it was just so random. I turned my music up loud and I just started singing it to the top of my lungs. And it was like some empowering music. Like, I was listening to NDRE and Beyonce. Just some little songs that was speaking positive messages, like, you got it, do you. There's no way you can lose. There's no wrong answers. And I'm like, okay. And I'm just singing it to the top of my lungs, and by the end of the song, I was just like, I'm popping. What was I ever thinking? What was I ever thinking?
Music is definitely.
Yes, it was. And it just switched my mood completely. Like, I was just like, or a lot of times, so listen to your favorite song, whether, you know, be on your Ricky Ross, I'm hustle, hard. Like, whatever you need to do to, like, get your mind, like, to, like, okay, you know, I am popping. I am this stuff. I got this. I'm on track. Or another thing, you can sun gaze. And sun,
I do that too.
I do that too. Like, I go outside and I just soak up the sun, because sun releases those the stress cortisone hormones out of your body, which also releases endorphins that it stimulates happiness. And so doing that, going on a run, a good sweat does the exact same thing.
Yes.
A good workout would definitely, it's a great stress reliever. I always say drink water. My friends always be like, you say drinking water is the answer to everything. He's like, I have a headache, drink some water. My stomach hurt, I drink some water. I'm sad, drink some water. Like, okay, drinking water can't do everything, but yeah, I drink water. Because when you're hydrated, it also sends oxygen to the brain.
Yes.
And so
I need to drink more water.
definitely. So what's some other tips? Because that is very important to do. Like, because it's oftentimes throughout the day, you might even find yourself feeling down. Like, it can literally happen in a matter of seconds. You can go from one room to the next room and just get in your thoughts. So a lot of times I said music, I usually tell myself positive affirmations, positive statements. I'll just repeat them in my head, because you want to be in control of your thoughts. You don't want your thoughts to be in control of you.
Ooh, I love that.
So...
And then you gotta have a support system too. I know a lot of times when we're down, we can come to each other and kind of lift each other back up. So if you have that person or people or that you can go to kind of get you back, like, hey, you got this, you can do this.
Exactly.
Right,
you
right.
definitely need some good friends in your
You just
life.
had a moment, you know.
Right. I would call my friend Brother Jordan up in a heartbeat and be like, let me tell you what I just saw or what I read, and like, and literally we would just be speaking life into each other straight up.
Yes.
You have to.
Seriously. What's some other things?
I just looked actually, this was me the other day. It was just, he said you're at your lows. So there's two things I want to talk about. It's perception, like you were saying earlier. You think you're at your low, right? You might be at your low. But the way I think of lows now is, like you were saying earlier, it's lessons like, oh, this happened to me. Oh, this must be a lesson learned. What did I need to learn from this? You know? It's always lessons to me. It's never nothing's bad, actually. I'm like, oh, you know, sometimes, you know, tragic things happen. That's totally different. But when things you can change or that are not traumatic or anything like that, you need to be like, okay, wait, what's this lesson? That's the perception there.
That's so true that you said that, because I'm not gonna lie. A situation happened to me, and I think I was encountering this girl, and I was like, man, why is she so annoying? And I was like, I shouldn't be thinking like this, but she's really annoying me. And then I thought to myself, like, everyone is a reflection of you. And so in some way, and it's showing you a way you can correct yourself. That's what I've been taught, like, don't point the finger outside of you. Always look at everything in your outer world as something as a reflection in your inner world. And I was like, maybe I'm being annoying to some people and don't even know that I'm doing so. And I'm like, okay, so I started thinking, like, to myself, how can I be annoying? So then I went in the house and I cooked up all this food, and I didn't even offer my roommate anything. I was like, that's probably very annoying. And I was like, how can I do that?
Oh, that's smelling good.
I was like, okay, that's not very nice. I was like, that could be a sense of annoying or just a negative feeling. So I was like, you know, I need to correct myself before I point the finger to the outside person. So that's just a small way of saying a perception of how things in your outer world that can be affecting you that you can think that are mistakes. So any mistake that you encounter, look at it like Tiffany was just saying, like, as a way that you can correct it. It's just a way to learn from it.
Right. And another way, I don't know if this is a trigger, but I know this is what I was doing the other day. I was just feeling down because all of that, you know, that Facebook live shooting, I didn't watch it or anything, but I just kept hearing about it.
Right,
and I was just sad for the world. I was thinking about Syria. I was just sad for the world. And then I was like, but I can't, like you always say, vibrate higher. I can't stay on that level. I had to think about, okay, wait, so I know all the, like I was asking God, like, how is this all happening? Like, why is this happening? But I had to realize that we must be the light, right? So I went outside, like you said, nature, it was great. And I was walking, exercising, releases endorphins. And then I just started praying for the world. I started praying for my friends. I started praying for my family, and just everything was like, okay, what can I do to be a light to the world? Yes. So it's just like, I know all this stuff is going on, and it's horrible, and it's sad. But instead of reflecting and dwelling in that, you want to think, how can I be a light in this world? How can I make it better? So pray for the world, like we were saying in one of our earlier podcasts. Pray for the world, pray for Syria, pray for their families, pray for your friends and family. And for some reason, you start to get clearer. You feel better because you know, like, okay, I'm doing something. And what else can I do to make people happy?
Right. And to piggyback off of what you just said, I remember my roommate Elaine was trying to show me, like, let me show you what happened. And I was just like, no, I don't even want to know. I don't want to see it. I don't want to get it in my subconscious mind. Don't even share it with me. I know it's really sad. Not saying that I was trying to ignore it. Right. I was just saying I don't want it to be embedded on me, because then I'm going to ponder on it, and I felt like I would be a part of the problem, if you will. And so I just started instead of praying for the world, I did say that, but my sole purpose was I was just being thankful for everything, the goodness in the world that we already have right now. It's like just thanking like for all the great things that we already have right now. And I was just like, I want to attract more great things, so let me only think about all the great things.
That too. Like, I can't be attracting that. Yeah.
Exactly. So that was just one way I used to channel my energy in a different direction.
Right. So I think praying and definitely being thankful, writing down things you're thankful for, really thinking about what you're thankful for, like, can really help you. I think we kind of got off topic of consistency, but I guess them gems just need to be dropped a little bit,
right? So, I think that's all we have for consistency for today.
Actually, we got some more.
Oh, my bad.
But you were saying sometimes in life we have that people drift from their priorities, and that has to do with sometimes sex could be a drifter, addiction to something like drugs, narcotics,
right?
Just being swallowed up by the world sometimes. So, how do you think people could stay afloat from drifting from their priority, their goal, the thing they're trying to be consistent with?
Well, when I was reading in the book, it was saying if you have self-mastery over these things, over three main things, then it will help you stay intact so that you don't drift. And so the three things that it was saying that you have to have which it really was saying you have to have control over. Don't overindulge in these things. And so you have to control your desire for food. And oftentimes we'll eat and our stomach is clearly poking out and we're just eating rich foods on top of other rich foods just for the taste, but not understanding that it's making our organs work extremely hard to try to digest it. It's making the acid build up in our stomach work extra or create more of it so it can actually break it down. And we're not even thinking about the things that's going on the inside. It's just we're thinking about our taste buds, so we're just constantly pounding more things and more things on top of that. So it's like master the desire for food. Then it says master the desire for sex, and it was saying if you don't have control over your sexual desire, that's why oftentimes many people they're unsatisfied with one person, is because they had this thirst and hunger for sex that they just wanted in quantity instead of quality. And quality sex, that's a whole nother topic. But yeah, so you have to get control over your sex drive. And then the other thing it said that you should master is the desire to express loose or unorganized opinions. Well, organized opinions, but pretty much just speaking verbal vomit. Like you don't have your ideas together. You're just talking just to be heard. You're not even thinking about the things you're saying. You're just trying to uphold conversation and in today's world, you just want to talk. When you get with a group of friends, you gossip just to be heard and just to fit in. So limit your words that you say, mean what you say, the intention behind what you're actually saying, so that can be meaningful. And it says there are many more things you should desire, but they said if you can master these three, all the other ones will fall into place easily.
I love that. And I really like the intention. someone said this, I don't know who, but it's like be intentional with everything you do. So there should be. Was that her?
Yeah, that was different.
I never. But yeah, be intentional about everything you do, what you eat, what you think, what you watch. You know, I know how I am, especially with things I watch. I'm like, okay, I need something to inspire me real quick. I'm very intentional. I need to learn more about business, or I need to get a word and let me listen to a sermon. So be intentional about everything you do. But with consistency. Says consistency actually creates accountability. How the heck?
Accountability.
Accountability.
We got you.
Yes. So being consistent. So you at the gym every Monday, right? Or every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? And you know the same people who are consistent are in the gym too. If you stop going to the gym one day, all of a sudden, like, where you been? Or and you want people to be like that, but you don't want to be like that. Like, wait, you haven't been here for a month. Like, what you? We used to be here every day getting it.
Right.
Like, you want people to expect from you. So we want when this podcast grows more. And we have thousands of people watching it.
Exactly.
It's like we're here every Tuesday, but if we're not here one Tuesday, we're like.
We're gonna be like, hey, yo, where them girls of Inspire
Where they
I
at?
need my
It's
daily
like-
dose of inspiration.
And that turns you over to like your reputation. Like, oh, they said they're gonna be here every Tuesday, but they not. So can I really trust them, or should I really set aside a time of my day to be there? So it's like consistency brings on a whole lot of things. Accountability, your reputation. Are you consistently a good friend? Or are you flaky? Are you consistently giving love, or you just sometimes giving love when it's good for you? You need to be consistent in everything because that's your reputation. It's accountability. It shapes who you are. Oh, and that actually leads us to the little definition of consistency. There's two. Consistency is basically, like we were saying, the repetitive, the habits, and make sure you reach your goal. But consistency is also what you're made up of. So when I read that, I was like, what you're being consistent about is your consistency. So think about like, what is your consistency telling you about yourself? What are you made up of? Are you made up of healthy habits, or are you made up of negative thoughts or negative actions? Your consistency is your consistency.
I love that. I love that. And even if you just want to make it health related, to break it down 1 + 1, everyone's like, I want to healthy this, I want to be healthy. But they say your body replaces the cells every 35 days. So your consistency, are you putting good things to be healthy in your body consistently for 35 days so that you can consistently reap the benefits of health or disease? So think about that, guys.
Think about that. But do y'all have any other? Y'all just be consistent again.
Yeah, just be consistent. That's the moral of the story.
Oh yeah, so if y'all didn't know, we are so filling the Ladies of Inspire Fire. We have a podcast. We have tons of podcasts on SoundCloud and on YouTube, and about to be iTunes. Once I figure that out. But we have a challenge. So for 21 days, pick your one thing that you want to be consistent about. Mine is YouTube. I'm going to post and hold me accountable at least one video a week on my YouTube channel. That's my consistency goal, because that's my main priority. Pick one. Have y'all figured out what y'all's is? Have y'all thought about it?
Yes. I'm a meal prep because I need to save some money. So I be eating out, spending too much money, and I know I have this financial goal in my mind, so I can eliminate so much wasted money if I just meal prep. So I'm about to really buckle down, only eating these, and I want a healthier life. These ingredients out here that people selling to us is not loyal.
Even in the healthy section, I'd be like, for real,
everything gotta have damn soy in it. I'm like, soy in everything. So I'm gonna meal prep. That's what I'm gonna do every week I'm gonna pick a date, but it's gonna be once a week.
Yes, make sure when you pick
Twice a week.
your consistency, whatever you're gonna be consistent, schedule it and make sure those are non-negotiables. Every Sunday at 5 p.m. I'm going to meal prep, or every Tuesday I'm gonna drop a YouTube video. Make it specific. Make it specific. Since it's only one thing that you can be consistent with, make it specific. Did you figure out yours yet?
I was thinking the same thing. Meal prep.
Meal prep?
Yes.
Y'all just gonna be snatched over here, and I'm just gonna drop a YouTube video. I'm like,
girl, them YouTube videos gonna make you got 59, 11 million
you're
subscribers.
right. I mean, if people looking at me all the time, I gotta get snatched too. So just an offset. So, anyways, let us know in the comments below what is your one thing that you're gonna be consistent about. Are you gonna join the challenge? Well, you definitely should if you want to reach your goals and change your life. So.
Pretty much, like
do
you
that.
say you want to change your life, you should join this simple little challenge with us. It's free 99
Right.
to change your life.
And we're gonna hold each other accountable. We'll be checking in every freaking Tuesday.
Yes, see how you're consistent. Wait, what's the name of the challenge?
Yes, the consistency
I
challenge.
was about to say the consistency challenge.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
All right, guys. So y'all know what time it is.
Y'all know what time it is. It's
affirmation
affirmation time. It's affirmation time. It's affirmation time. Okay.
Hey.
So, guys, if this is your first time tuning in and you do not know what an affirmation is a positive statement that you use to train your mind so that you can live a life, your most optimal life. Most of the time, affirmations are used with the word I am. Whatever you put after the word I am, you become. So a lot of y'all, or maybe not now, but in the past, you probably was like, I'm broke. I'm tired. I ain't got no money for that. I ain't got this. I'm not healthy. I'm sick. Do not. It felt wrong even saying that.
I know. I didn't even be in the giving the example.
I don't even want to give y'all these examples because that just feels so wrong. But anyways, do not affirm things like that in your life, guys. Seriously. If you are sick, if the doctor said you sick, because they don't know what they're talking about, because you actually healthy. But anyway, seriously, if the doctor says that you're this and you've been diagnosed with this, don't ever tell yourself that you are sick. Just and especially if you plan on overcoming whatever it is that you want to overcome, automatically just tell yourself, I am healthy. I'm getting healthier and healthier every day. Like, don't affirm that I'm sick, I'm not well. Like, already affirm that you will. If your bank account ain't at $11 million yet, already affirm. Not yet. Keyword. Just already affirm I'm wealthy, I'm rich, I'm financially stable. Already affirm these things. Don't be saying I'm broke.
What's that?
Like, what is that? Like, we're not gonna affirm no negativity into our lives. We're only affirming the positive things, the things that we want to call into flourishing, y'all. And God even says in the Bible, it states, "Let the weak say I am strong." So even did I practice that? Okay, that was cute. So even in the Bible, it says, "Let the weak say I am strong." So even when y'all went up, no, but seriously, let the weak say I am strong. So even when you're feeling weak, y'all, you're not supposed to say I'm weak. You say I'm strong. You tell yourself what you want to be. So when you feeling you say I'm rich, I'm wealthy. So it's three of us, and we are about to affirm some positive things into our lives. You affirm positive things into your life at home or whomever or wherever you're watching in the car. And just get yourselves in a consistent habit of doing this daily so that it can actually work. You don't want to just say it one day. You have to be consistent with it and constantly tell yourself, I am blank, 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 whatever you want to be. Make sure it's positive, though. So, it's three of us. We're going to start. And who wants to go first? We're going to say 3 I am affirmations.
I am a light in this world. And every person that I come in contact with or sees me, it'll be influenced in a positive way. That I am life-changing. I am changing lives right now. Right now.
Yes, you are. I'm just going to keep it simple. I am consistent.
I am consistent too.
I am successful because I am consistent, persistent, dedicated, and hardworking.
You with these dang she always come with something real cute. Like, I need to write that in a post. Let us know what your affirmations are below. And remember, we are Inspired Fire. This is Soul Filling Podcast. We're on SoundCloud. We are on YouTube. And like this Facebook page.
Like and share.
Yes, share this video right now because a lot of people need to be consistent.
Right. Text this copy link, send it to your brother, cousin, mama, father, daddy.
And if it's something you want us to talk about, please let us know. Send us a message, text us, put it in the comments. Let us know.
Yes. Peace. Thank you all for tuning in. We love you.
Bye. Peace.